So I'm here in a coffee shop and I am going to cover quickly an issue about protest, which some people have said makes it similar to terrorism, in this idea of a flash mob. I've been in a number of public locations where flash mob protests have sprung up. I was actually in a location in Canada when it happened in a shopping mall there, so I know that these things are copied across the world. At the time when it happened in Canada, there had been a behavioural trait whereby protesters would be doing it simultaneously in different parts of the world. I don't know if that is still happening. I don't think they can achieve chain behaviour at the moment. But flash mobbing is a particularly disturbing event. It's been known to traumatise permanently those who are learning disabled. It's been known to frighten staff in security domains, in retail outlets, in other institutions where it's happened. Sometimes it happens on university campuses and faculty staff are left needing therapy. It's a confrontational, aggressive, in-your-face type of event that has actually been described as being similar to terrorist activity, obviously without the guns. But still, it presents a hazard in a public place. It's not sympathetic, it's not compassionate, it's not welcoming. The people who say that refugees are welcome here have actually come across as being very unwelcoming people, apart from those photo opportunities. And flash mob protests were pushed back on in a number of places forcefully because they actually resulted in a lot of local anger and increasing animosity toward those that were doing it, who were taking 5 minutes out of their time and other people's day to frighten people, to disturb people, and to make people feel like they were not welcome where they were. And that was one of the conclusions that an MP I spoke to, who will remain anonymous, drew from it, is that it just made people feel alienated from that local place. And quite rightly, police forces researched it and concluded that it shouldn't happen, that it wasn't constructive, and that really it didn't meet any of the points to be termed a protest. It was something that just seemed to be antagonistic, maybe egotistical, maybe just too, maybe just over the line in terms of the divide or the difference between local politics and being local, being in a local area. It just seemed to be antisocial. And I think we need to remember that we cannot support something until we've seen it all. We cannot back something until we know what it is. We cannot really defend something until we know that it's a part of what we do. Those are important principles of politics here, and it's vital that we keep that in mind, whatever the felt pressure is on the day, whatever it looks like to us at home. Maybe we feel like we couldn't confront it or we couldn't speak against it, because it does look intimidating at times. I've been near protests that have been violent. I've been near protests that have started out peacefully, but then people have brought out homemade weapons. I've been near protests that have been attended by people that pulled on plain clothes, but in fact they were known as agitators in other parts of the world. They secreted themselves in to the event to cause trouble. These are the hazards of those types of public events, and it's becoming increasingly clear through police research, more importantly, that they cannot happen. They cannot be allowed, and the big reason is that it cannot be determined what is going on. If it's an activity that is allowed anywhere in the country, it is not possible out of the normal policing budget to determine what is going to happen. It is not a daily activity. It is not supposed to be a normal response to things in life. And it's not something that can be formally platformed in terms of becoming a part of what goes on in a country. So there are lots of arguments against it, but the big one is that we just don't actually know what it is. A permission, a freedom, cannot be as vague as to turn out to do something like that. Unions have tried to hone their tradition, they try to hone their permission to strike and to organise and to meet with business leaders and industry heads. No such effort, as far as I have been told, has been made by protesters. So they are antisocial agents, they're antisocial activists, and actually policing veterans know more about who those people are, it would seem, than the political experts who are among us.